No, at all. You can have my belly.
All right, we're back. Before we left, the question on the floor was, for what reason were you not in the home with your children? And Blaine, you didn't get a chance to answer that.
You said what reason was I not with my children? That's the first time.
Yes. What reason were you not in the home?
Well, all of the kids didn't grow up with me in the house.
Oh, I'm supposed to turn it.
No, face that way.
There's a button you can hit to turn it.
Okay. You just got to open the thing up.
I'm not. This is not for me.
When I
can't see.
When I was married to my ex-wife, 2 of my children wasn't living in the house with us, so therefore they grew up without me in their personal life on a regular basis, and they kind of felt as though that I was. They was kind of jealous of the ones that lived at home with me. They felt as though they was getting more than what the other 2 was getting, and that clearly wasn't the case. I mean, they living at home with me. Of course, I see you 24/7, 7 days a week. You're gonna have more access to me than somebody who's seeing you on a bi-weekly or monthly basis. So that's true. So the daily fathering that I would do in the house, of course, the other 2 wasn't getting that on a daily basis. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this was the entire time. Oh, okay.
I mean, that's bound to cultivate some level of resentment because children are immature and they don't understand. And I mean, even with children within the same household, they feel.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
I'll let you speak on it. You know it better than I do.
All right, thank you, Nate. All right, so the Say It Loud Film Festival is happening on April 16th, which is next Saturday from noon to 10 p.m. at nighttime. And we have partnered up with the No Boundaries Coalition. So I got to tell you the address real quick. It's 1947 Pennsylvania Avenue, which is where the Jubilee Arts Center is located. So we've partnered up with the No Boundaries Coalition, and the No Boundaries Coalition...
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Welcome. Today on BeExposedRadio.com, I'm TJ Transvision Bates. Today is the Power Hour for Artist Vision. Usually where I spotlight a couple different artists. Today, I think we have around between 2 or 3 artists that we'll talk to. The show will be for an hour, but for people that want to call in and show their support for the artists, the number is 410-702-5657. So initially, I always want to explain what Artist Vision is. ArtistVision.com pretty much is a spotlight for local and pretty much artists that just get their information out there, features, inspirations, influences, artwork, so people will know what they're about, and just giving them business, because this is a business end of artwork. And I take this radio show as a way to really get a personal side of the artist. I think that helps in appreciating the artist and telling the story with the pieces that they sell. So today we have an artist that I've worked with a few times. Her artwork is very well done. I think it's very dope. I had it. I reached out to her to have it up in a few spots, and I think I was at one restaurant and I seen her artwork up, and it really caught my eye. So, you know, this is what we like to see in the artist community. Just introduce yourself, give a little backdrop about your story, and your interests.
Okay. Well, my name is Lynera Gregory. I go by Lynera Tanai. I'm a Baltimore-bred visual artist, self-taught. And the interest of painting came about basically because I used to spend a lot of time alone. So me and a cousin had moved out into a remote place of Maryland, and you know, nobody came to visit us. So really I started painting just as a way to stimulate me mentally and creatively, and so that's how that came about. So yeah, so really I feel like I'm a baby in the art industry. I'm still learning and still I'm trying to evolve. Yeah.
Trying to evolve?
As an artist.
I mean, it takes time. It takes time to practice, and you have a lot of artists that's spent like 20+ years in the game. So you'll always be learning. Other artists just came in. Just introduce yourself and give you a little background about your artwork.
Hello, everyone. I'm the groovy man. See, I don't like I sound terrible. I sound like somebody's uncle.
No,
but yeah, I'm the groovy man. I'm a visual artist based out of Baltimore, Maryland, over west to be exact. I've been taking art seriously for like the past 5 years. I'm a little further than I was a few years ago, but you know, just keep pushing.
See, I'm trying to figure out when I first seen your artwork when I met you. I think it was at Jerome's fashion show.
Yeah, like the little the walk the runway thing.
Yeah, and I remember your artwork catching me off guard. Like, whoa, this is like some dope work. And taking this serious, you said for the last 5 years. And
yeah, about four. Like I'm gonna say like 4. But I ain't gonna try to add no time on it.
Right.
Cause I started seriously. In 2013, I was just starting a job, and I was coming out of terrible depression. And it helped me out quite a lot. I mean, at first I was just doing little sketches here and there. Then I was like, you know, it's funny because people like really making money off of this. I didn't really know that the art world that I even wanted to be a part of, I didn't even know it existed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like these places that you hear about and you see, but you don't know how to actually get to them. So it's like, you know, I kind of found my way in, and it's like I was telling somebody before, it's like falling down a rabbit hole, you know, and I'm going deeper and deeper every day. So. Yeah. And I'm not coming back out.
Yeah, I think when I first got into it, like I wasn't even aware of it was the way it was. Like it really opens up, and it's like, oh, it's not a whole new culture, but it's a different culture. Mm-hmm. It's an art world, art scene. People know, like, people in the scene, and it's like once you get in and you see how everybody's moving, it's just like, it's
like the rap game for real.
Yeah.
Somebody tries it up and tries to say that
and
the art world's not segregated.
Right.
Segregation everywhere. So.
Yeah. See, I feel like with artwork, you can't be. It's not as such a critical thing on what you're doing, as in like music is just like, yo, you know, we ain't rocking with that, or we want this, or you from Baltimore, your music gotta sound like this. Like, I feel like art world is just kind of like you rock out how you rock out, and that's how people you know, mess with you.
People are interested in your artwork, and it automatically kind of gravitates them towards you.
Right. Now, you said you've been taking it like serious for 4-5 years.
Yeah.
Now, that means you've been dabbling in artwork
my whole life.
For your whole life.
Yeah.
What about you, like starting out and then getting to that serious point?
As right in elementary school, me and my brother, we used to sketch. We used to have a Precious Moments Bible, and they had like little inserts. So me and my brother used to lay on the floor and sketch. That was in elementary school, but nobody really told us to pursue that seriously. We were young, so it was something we did to pass time and for fun. For a long gap, up until 2 years ago, I rediscovered my love for sketching, and then I just started painting. I had dibbled and dabbled in other projects to kind of, like I said, spent a lot of time alone, so I was trying to pick up different projects and different things to do to kind of, again, stimulate me. And one of the projects was transferring pictures onto canvas. So I had a couple of customers that I made a little bit of money off of that. After that, I had canvases laying around, and so I basically had painting canvases. I said, let me see what I could do. I wasn't impressed with the first painting, but I loved the way it made me feel. So it was something that I continuously did. And when people started wanting to pay for it, that again made me like, okay, well, this is something that I probably could do. But I really started taking it seriously 2 years ago in 2015.
Okay, and I think when you get to that taking it serious and serious aspect, like, do you ever view artwork as like, this is like my main source of income, this is my main job I want to do, or like, where are you at, like, looking at it right now?
I would say I'm a believer in multiple streams of income. So I hear a lot of artists say like, oh, I want to quit my job. But I don't think that I'm there. I'm not in a place where I want to quit my job. One, because I feel like I make okay money. So unless I can afford to quit my job and make the kind of money selling my art, then maybe that was something I would consider. But I also realize there's a difference in doing art and doing art business. Because I can do art, but the business side of it, I'm not really savvy or good at. So.
Right. What? How do you feel about, like, do you view this as a full-time job?
Yeah, I believe. Well, I don't see it as one now, but I know it, of course, has the potential to be one. Because of the many things that I want to get into. So, like, kind of like when Lynera said, the multiple forms of income. I know what I want to do. Multiple forms of income will come from that,
right?
And the whole umbrella will be art. So eventually, that's how I want to, kind of transcend over into that, because these jobs that we work on. Can we cuss on? We cuss on?
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't? Okay. No. But no, these jobs that we be working is just crazy. Like,
they want you to break an arm and a leg, bend over backwards.
Yes,
and if I'm going to do it, let me be passionate about it.
Right.
If I'm going to break something.
I used to be at work, like, painting. They used to call me the painter in my building. So I would, like, I got in trouble one time. The old lady was like, she wrote a note, like, because I had left some paint on the phone or whatever. So she's like, if anybody painting at this desk, I'm just on the supervisor. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But I still draw. I don't paint the work as much.
Right. See, I think my inspiration was, like, kickstarted through work, even though I don't actually do anything like work-wise that actually coincide with artwork. But I think that's where I kind of like re-energized myself. But I think that just came from being in a job and doing work that really wasn't challenging after a certain period of time. It's just like, I think actually, is it the day? The 9th? Tomorrow I would have been at my job for 10 years and shit.
Oh, right.
Like,
you just told me I couldn't cut it. You gonna cut it? Nah, it's a whole, like, it's about to be a whole storm now.
Right. But I feel y'all on that when you talk about, like, working at a place, like, sometimes you don't feel comfortable with, and you feel as though, like, you're not getting nothing out of it. And like, you're sitting there working just to get a retirement plan that you're gonna barely live off of that.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually had the privilege, to actually quit my job, and I actually do acting full time. So I'm in my career, but like, it's hard times, and you go through a lot, but consistency. But how the system is, they just want you to pretty much just enslave yourself and just work hard for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for what though?
Right, that's why we gotta like make our own business, start our own name, our own brand, so we can make that residual income come in our pocket. Let our business speak for itself.
That is
instead
the ultimate
of just working for the man.
That's because they make so much. Like, my job, GE makes so much money off of just like one item that we build. Like, it's crazy the airplane industry and how much money they make. Like, the things we build, I think like it costs like $500,000. Like, wow.
Right.
and it's just like, I get paid good money, but we're on the low end of getting paid.
Like, I get paid trash.
I mean,
I'm trying to, I'm trying to.
See, I think that's where I'm caught up in my job, because now I'm invested. Like, I get a pension after I retire after a certain age. I got like 401k and stuff like that. Like,
none of that.
The thing with my job is like, they pay you so well that it's just like you get stuck in there. So to me, I just can't leave and find what I'm getting paid somewhere else, unless like it'll be real difficult for me to do that. And I'm not. The thing is, I'm not struggling to do my job. Like, I'm pretty much sitting down on my job. Like, out of 8 hours, I'm pretty much sitting down for 7, not doing anything because I know my job so well. So to give that all up to go somewhere to work harder, like,
it's like
you don't have a reason to.
Like, I would have to go really hard in the art game to supplement that income. Like, but on the
but once our art game or whatever we're in replaces our current income, then that's when you know that job is no longer needed.
Right.
That's my thing. If, like I said, if I can afford to do art full time, if my income from art is going to supplement what I'm making now, I would definitely do it. But I think everybody is motivated by different things. Like for me, I enjoy what I do from my 9 to 5, and I also make good money. So it's no need for me to give that up right now.
Right. See, I think some people just don't like their job.
Yeah,
yeah, I know. I don't.
Yeah.
I've been there doing crazy stuff. Like I'd be like, man.
I initially hated my job. Like I just felt so trapped because you got like we in a gate. Like I'm like, yo, this is really like a concentration camp. They just paying us.
Right.
Like and it drains so much of your energy throughout the day when you're not really pursuing things that you want to do.
Right.
Like,
or you know what you could be doing something else.
Yeah.
Right. Like we go to college and next we know we wind up doing something totally different than what we went to school for. Like where did I go wrong at, man?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what got me. I think my last ditch effort was like to do some artwork in college because like take studio classes because what I thought I initially wanted to do I really didn't care too much for.
Right.
So schooling. Oh, well, if anybody want to call in, support the artist, the number is 410-702-5657. Next we'll get into schooling and turning your work into a business.
We'll be back with you at the Artist Exchange Radio.
Yeah.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
It doesn't say alleged anywhere in here.
This is the wrong song to play underneath this topic.
They're saying 4 years ago, according to a $20 million lawsuit, the plaintiff, who was also not named, met Charlie Sheen in Las Vegas on April the 1st, 2011. The sleaze suit claimed that Sheen entered into a nefarious plot designed to lure plaintiffs into a luxurious hotel room to serve his prurient desires. Sensationally, it was alleged that Sheen... Say what?
I said perverted.
No, it's prurient.
Let me see. Can I where's the point to the word? Right. Prurient.
It's hard. It makes me want to gag. My cock. Get it? Sensationally, it was alleged Sheen told the man he had no venereal diseases. At that point, they watched the porn and engaged in mutual oral compilation, mutual self-gratification, rubbing and massaging each other, play wrestling, licking, and unprotected intercourse. So, look, my question to my 3 people here at my panel, are they trying to say, because that's when they said he got this disease 4 years ago, or virus, HIV, 4 years ago. Are they trying to say that he got it from gay sex? Probably.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's what it's saying. Consensus of the room is
not all the female prostitutes that he was doing. It was the guy.
Just they interjected this one guy in there.
Yeah, you know what that is? That's Sheen having a very good publicist.
Yeah, partly, but partly this is the guy.
If that's the best story you could come out with.
Yeah, right. This is the story that made the rest of these stories explode, basically.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on Be Exposed Radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice. Ooh, it's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
I was a 151 kid, straight up.
I love vodka, especially when it was
that rubbing alcohol.
You know.
What brand?
I love back then. I was hooked on Absolute.
That was the best at the time.
And Pinnacle was like number 2 and stuff like that.
Because they didn't have what's the new one that came out? Yeah, what was the new one?
Ciroc, vodka, and
no, the other one. Who is real smooth? New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam came out, and it was so.
And Grey Goose. Grey Goose was out at that time too.
See, I didn't drink. I told you 151. That was my drink.
Yeah, Grey Goose vodka was one of the ones because I loved the bottle.
Because you can light it on fire.
The bottle was hot. It was that shaded, that shaved glass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was sitting on the floor, and we was talking about something I don't even remember what we were talking about. All I know is I was bust out laughing. Ching, ling, 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 glass everywhere. I wouldn't cut it all though. I had to.
Because you had your bun.
Actually, I didn't. I ain't have any hair back then.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
And you ain't cut your hair?
Nope. I was just fine. I was like, oh, your glass broke, and it was winter, dead of winter.
Check more of these funny moments out when you tune into Be Exposed Radio.
Thank you very much.
Because they had nothing else to do.
So it was like, imagine that your late husband was actually your father. I can't imagine that because that's disgusting.
Right, myself.
And then I would have to clean my basement because that's where my actual father resides right now. So, okay. The 60-year-old woman learned the truth about her husband, Percy, 6 years after he passed away.
Not Percy, though. Percy doesn't sound like that name.
Percy just sounds like a feminine boy.
Really?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We're back. Just want to get it out there for anybody that want to call, support the artist. The number is 410-702-5657. I'm your host, TJ Transvision Bates, with the co-host
Hullywood in the building. You know,
we have 2 artists here that I've did shows with, just had general art conversations with. Which really, like when you had those conversations with artists, you really find out a lot about them, their influences, and the difference between some artists that just are creating art and some people that's really trying to build a brand, that have a brand that's well known in the city, that people can point out their artwork. And that's what we want to get into, like just transitioning from that creative stage to taking it serious to making it a business, and like your experience so far with it, like the pros and the cons and what you think you could work on. Go. You want to delve into it and talk about it?
As far as business, again, like I said before, I just realized like the first year that I was painting, I was doing it for fun. So it turned into a money-making hobby. So again, like I said, it's a difference between art and art business. So for me, I wasn't able to really try to maneuver my way through that without help. So again, most of my, I would say everything that I've learned come from connections. So even with building a business, I have made a lot of created a lot of relationships, and done a lot of networking. And for me, that has been the most rewarding with trying to build the brand that I want. So I have a lot of things, a lot of ideas that I have that I want to do, but I haven't gone full force into doing them because I do collaborations, I do a lot of commissions, and that has been the money maker for me. So for right now, commissions has really been my business. It's basically a commission-based business. So.
And I've noticed with a lot of artists that get work done, they have a team, kind of like musicians, like they have a team backing them and putting things together and really putting them out there. Do you see yourself building a team?
Absolutely. I actually have another peer of mine. We are very interested in doing like the sipping paints. Those are very popular right now.
Yep.
But like I said, because I'm not business oriented, or it's certain parts of that business aspect that I wouldn't feel like I would be good at, she possesses different characteristics that I feel like she would be. Like doing the sipping paints, I feel like she would do really good with engaging.
Right.
I don't know what her reasoning would be with wanting to collab with me, but for me, I know there's certain, I know my strengths and I know the things that I could work on to become better at. So I definitely believe sometimes it takes more than just you to build what you want and build your brand.
Jerome, like, taking it serious, like, what transition, like, how did you transition, and what like clicked for you to be like, you know, I need to start taking it serious and building my brand up?
I guess when I seen it that it was feasible,
right?
Just seeing a lot of different people do a lot of different things, and well, basically, I looked at people that were doing something similar to what I wanted to do, and from whom I believe was successful in my sense. So guys like Hebe Brantley or Takashi Murakami, or you know, people of that nature that is like doing that has all these different types of that's a brand in themselves, and they're just doing so many different things, like making pillows, hats, shirts, t-shirts. That's type of stuff I want to do. That's always what I want to do. So I was them guys like, oh, that, you know, that's possible. So it's like just kind of gotta stay firm in my square and just keep working. Because
do you study the game? Like, do you like see what's hot, what's popping?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I'm probably like the worst person to interview, because I'm like, I don't really it was one point where I was just looking at what everybody else was doing, comparing myself. So I just shut myself all out from that and just trying to focus on me and my work.
Right.
So it's like, how can I say this? It's like I'm down here at a certain level, and I see these people that's all the way up here, right? You got people in between that, or maybe my peers. I don't see nobody else but only the people that's up here, like the people who I revere. So it's just like kind of looking at them and what they did to get to a certain place, and see how I can like kind of make similar moves. So.
Right, you know, everyone starts there. Even the people that you're looking up here, right here. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's in between are still trying to get there. So you know, trying to outreach to that. You know what I'm saying? Can help you. You know, get to that level if you look at it that way. It's just
like sometimes I'll be seeing trends in artwork, and I'll just be like, where did that come from? Like, who started it? Like,
it's always
like, you know, it just seems like one trend pop off, and then everybody does it.
Right.
Who's you mean like who's the trendsetter?
I don't know.
It's always somebody at the top though. It's always somebody with a lot of followers.
Like the slang in Baltimore when they say dummy, like who started that?
Oh, that's an old. That's an old. That's an old.
Who came up with that? Like who? Like, you know what? I'm coming up with this word.
Now everybody's saying.
Yeah, I mean it's just funny. Like I would just realize how much like certain people got influenced. All a rapper got it. No, not even a rapper. A celebrity. All they got to do is say one thing.
Right.
Beyonce said slay one time, and now every woman in the world says slay. Like, it's just ridiculous, like how much influence some people got.
Right.
It's crazy. They can say anything and everybody just hop on.
I was about to say that because it's crazy, because a lot of artists, some do, some don't, but they don't know the influence they have on the community that they're actually putting their music out to. And by them saying that or certain words, you know, like you just said, like the people are going to flock to it, or they're going to copycat of that. Yeah. So instead of them doing something like that, won't they do something to make it more positive? So like, you know what?
Exactly.
To make this person think this like this, or make this person think that way.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Because I think like back when I was in high school, a lot of people was like painting on shoes, but then like the crazy thing is, I just seen like on NFL Network they did like a whole setup of the artists that paint on players' shoes, because they have like a week now in the NFL where you can wear any custom shoe that you want, and they was just cool. Like spotlighting certain artists, and it was just like, damn, I follow him on Instagram, and then but you see a lot of people like painting on shoes. You see a lot of people painting on hats. You see a lot of people painting on like jean jackets. I think the jean jacket was like kind of the newer thing that I've seen a lot of people. Like, do y'all ever like want to dabble into that when y'all see like, all right, this is what's hot? Do I want to try my hand at that, or is it like something you try to shy away from?
No, what I was gonna say was, I am actually in the works. I know like the patches and the pens and things like that are popular. So right now, what I actually am dabbling into is.
Oh, my bad. We'll finish the point. But anybody want to call in or talk on the text line? 410-702-5657, and then we'll get back to you and talk about that.
Right after this commercial break at the Artist Exchange Radio.
My bad.
Let's go to the telephone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks.
I have a problem. Hope you can, help me solve it. Give me an idea of something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm 25 years old, and I'm a second grade teacher. And I've been engaged to my girl. Well, we've been together for about 2.5 years, and now we're engaged. Everything is going good with us. Back in October, I got a new student, and the child is being raised. He's a single, being raised by a single parent. So the father, came up to the school to meet me. They knew in the area, so we started hanging out. Just watching games. Going to bars. Just chilling or whatever.
Got you.
Okay.
With your student's father.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just nothing. He's new in the area. You just want to know some spots to go out or whatnot. So,
gotcha.
Okay. One night we were sitting watching TV, had a couple drinks, and as you would say, we just talking.
Get ready on the button.
Okay. As you would say, make a long story short, he came over to me, unzipped my pants, and gave me a professional.
Okay. Had you ever had a homosexual experience up until this point?
No, I had not.
Had you ever thought about it?
I never even thought about it, Wendy. And the thing is...
But it was good, though, right? Because they say only a man knows how to please another man.
I mean, it was okay.
Oh.
It was okay.
Okay.
So, we continue to mess around or whatever. Been going on for, like I said, since about October. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, this is not right. I need to be...
Okay, I need you to hold on for just one moment while I do my break, but I need to come back on the phone with you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. What was that? Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so... God, I am so... So, is he gay?
I guess so.
What I mean is, was he gay prior to this? Is he a professional gay man?
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Okay. So now you have a lot of different issues.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what the lady told me.
Welcome back to BeExposedRadio.com Art Exchange. This is powered by Artist Vision. Check out ArtistVision.com. Features for a lot of local artists. Features for artists across America. It's a site that I really try to get in depth with certain artists to help them explain their work, and I guess more of like a introspective way of looking at their artwork, because I feel like a lot of artists just create without actually digesting their own work. They really like for other people to look at it and give them feedback, but I think a lot of times you have to see a piece you created and then really feel like how you feel about it. And when we left off, we was talking about trends in the art world, and if you follow them or not, or like how do you view them?
I think where I was at was that I'm in the process of trying to get like some of my artwork on buttons, and I'm getting some patches made for apparel. But I don't think there's a right or wrong way, whether you follow trends or not. If it's gonna help you fund your business, like for me, I feel like the patches and the buttons and everything, I think that would sell, especially for the audience that is attracted to my artwork. So even with that, I feel like with those things, I feel like the group of people that are attracted to that can't necessarily afford an original art piece that would help them support me on that level.
Which trends though? Like, what you mean by trends?
Again, like what we was talking about, like I feel like the buttons and the patches and things like that, I think that's a trend right now.
You think that's a trend?
I think I see
a lot of people. It's like,
I think that's always been going on though.
Like,
but it's kind of like
people you trying to reach.
Like what's hot right
I see certain groups like emo. You know, they be wearing a lot of buttons and pins and stuff like that. I mean, Nate wear them. So yeah, I said it, Nate. Yeah, you wear buttons.
I know when I first seen that. When I very first seen it, because like we'll think stuff started in certain places, but it don't reach us. Like how my guy was just explaining about the word slave. I didn't know that. I didn't know where it started. I just know I heard Beyonce say it. So we don't, because we only know certain origins of certain things. We think it started in certain places when it might have dated back further. But I know when I first seen the whole button thing, the person that was getting heavy on the buttons was Keith Haring, and he wouldn't sell. And that's something I'm trying not to do. Like sell certain things. I know he was giving a lot of stuff away, and I know you got to give a lot of stuff away before you actually start, like, you know, start making some money. But he would walk up on people.
It's like testers in a way.
Yeah, but exactly. He giving buttons to everybody, shirts, stickers, like whatever he can, just so people, you know, this is who I am. You know, it's like a lot of people like trying to sell a lot of that stuff, and I feel like, no, you shouldn't be selling that.
Right,
you should be giving it away.
Right, or depending on what it is, like, is this worth selling? Like, all right, cool. Or if I have shirts, I don't want to give away like 50 shirts, you know. I might give away like 10 or something.
Yeah, I want to.
You know,
I was gonna get
like buttons. I can understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here, you know what I'm saying? Here, every day, you know, follow me, check out my work. You know what I'm saying? Go to my site, stuff like that. And you know, to start bringing flood more business out there, and then you can just try to shoot it out towards groups and people as far as social media, and just getting your work out there even more. Just not actually in Baltimore, but a wider brand as far as worldwide.
Yeah. I had an idea like that, like giving out whenever I get to where I want to be, just giving out like a bunch of like T-shirts to the homeless and stuff like that, and just whoever's out on the street. Like, I don't want to just keep kind of like, in a sense, kind of taking from the people. I want to give a lot of it back too. Like, so just keep recycling the money. Like, you know, give out here. You want to show? You want to show? You want this? You want to show? So like, but original work, like, I'm not giving that away. Maybe some of it I will, but
see, I used to like do a lot of art drops. And like after, it was like cool at first, but then after like a certain time, it was like, man, I ain't damn.
Or
like
do one piece and just get that one, just get a copy and just keep it on multiple shirts or multiple things, so you don't have to keep joining pieces. And then there you go, like that, you know, just another way.
Just want to take the time out to introduce the third artist. Just
what's up?
Name, information, and your little bit of background.
Okay. My name is John. I go by Brick, I guess. Yeah, a lot of people call me John still, though. But yeah, John Brick. And I'm an artist, man. I mess with a whole lot of art.
What kind of? Oh, never mind.
Everything.
Everything.
With everything.
Everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna be getting it.
Don't limit yourself.
Let me see. So, went to Bowie State. Graduated in 2007 with a fine arts degree.
Okay.
Graphic design was my concentration, but you know, I really not like the graphic artist, but I do it. I mess with everything though: graffiti, painting, pen and ink, pencil. I'm with
everything. Yeah. Like, you're not limiting. You're not putting a cap on what you can do. Right.
Yeah, I think that would end up a lot of artists kind of box themselves in. I feel like I'd have boxed myself in off of just like not exploring outside of certain things. Like, where I'm at right now is just kind of like I'm in my little comfort zone and I'm getting it how I'm getting it. But
I love what you do though, fam.
Like, you do be doing some music.
I say that all the time. Like, certain artists.
He got some skill. You know what I mean? He got a little bit.
That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm still trying to find my niche. But even Jerome, and I told you this before, and Trans, like, I can look at your work and say, yo, that's Jerome's work. Right. That's Trans' work. Right. Immediately. But and I think a lot of artists want to get to that point. I want everybody to know my name. I want you to see my artwork on the wall and be like, yo, that's Lynera's work.
See, I can't even like really think about like how I got there, because I felt like I just came, like, that's just kind of like how it was when I first got there, because I don't really follow artists, so it was just kind of like a natural thing that I did, and then it's just kind of like working on, and then after getting around certain artists, and I think a couple of them kind of influenced me that it was just like, all right, this is how I want to do. Because I feel like my artwork now is like more like a geometric abstraction. So like color wise, it's the abstract, but like it's structured. Like it's like left side, right brain type, like thrown together. But I don't like. It's just kind of where I'm at. But hey, that's what I do.
Yeah, I feel you. But you know, you worked hard to get to where you at. So you know what I'm saying. So you're saying you're not. It's probably like you don't know how you got there, but in all reality, like you worked hard, like you wasn't probably thinking about it, but you know, it's those steps and all the things you went through and the struggles and all that.
See, I think that's why I reach out to artists and like figure out like what's your thought process of your creating process, because I think it helps me better understand my own. Because a lot of times I just go on my back little porch and I just like throw it down, and I really don't have anything in mind. What I'm doing, I don't really listen to music. I just be out there. Like if it's a nice sunny day, I'm just getting it.
Right.
And whatever comes from it is like how it comes out. Like I look at every creation as like practice.
Exactly.
I don't never really practice on anything to be like, all right, this is what I did perfect this. I'm about to do this. It's just kind of like every piece is an experiment, and then I take it from that piece to the next piece.
Nothing is
premeditated. I do the same thing. A lot of times I found myself like, oh, I don't like this, but I was like, let me keep going, let me finish, and at the end result is like, oh, I love it.
Right, and that's how like same reason like when I'm in acting, I'll do a scene or something like that, and I'm like, I don't like the way I presented that, or I don't feel right, or you know what I'm saying. And somebody else can like, yo, that was dope. Like, really? So you know, we're like we our own worst critic for real.
Yeah.
Were you premeditated?
You saying mine?
Yeah.
No, not at all. I be freestyling a whole bunch of stuff.
I know, I could tell.
I be getting in. And then I be having a lot of conversations with myself. Like for example, I wanted to ask this question. I want to know like how do other artists take to advice? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really like
taking advice.
I don't like. I mean, especially if it ain't warranted. Like if I don't actually, like people be like, a lot of people.
You get creative advice, or because I feel like the only advice I get is like business advice.
No, I think because like a lot of people are always telling you what you should do, right?
Right.
I got a lot of situations like that in my life. Older people, like situations like my uncle or something like that. He one of the guys that's always telling me what I should be doing, right? I know what I should be doing. People always give like unwarranted suggestions. Right. Like my whole thing is how I'm living in my life. Like always ask people like, do you want my advice, right? Or do you want what I think? But some people like to just give stuff when they ask for it. I would just want to like, how do any of my other creators in here? How do they take to that? Like if somebody asks you something, or somebody trying to give you something, like do you listen? Or you just be like?
See, I try to I try to stay humble a lot. You know, I try not to show like what you doing, man. I don't need to listen to you. So what I do, if it's advice, you know, it's my choice to actually take it or listen. Like if I know that's not really applicable for my life right now, like I'm not gonna really take that advice. But if I know it can help me along the line somewhere, like you know what, that's some good advice. I can apply this somewhere where I'm walking. Then I can apply it. But if it's really not no effect to me, or if I'm really not concerned about it, okay, just keep it moving, you know, just stay humble. Just because, just by listening to somebody, just staying humble, you know, it probably can get you somewhere else.
Yeah, I always take everything.
I don't know, half the time I don't be, like in the moment, I don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah, I always keep it like, because
internalize it later.
Yeah, right. Like, cause it always come like, but I guess I got that problem with certain people in my life. Like, and I always say unwarranted advice when it's really just certain people. Right. Yeah. It ain't like it's random. It's like it's certain people.
It's just the person that's delivering it.
Yeah, I always look at that, and it's like always the same people. What you should be doing. Like I didn't ask you. I asked you about this one thing. You trying to take it over here.
Right, and they give you advice, and yet they not even taking their own advice that they giving
you. I think it's hard to implement advice. I feel like because we know what works. Like. It's like one of them things where people like, oh, they don't have the opportunity, they don't know the opportunities out here. But I think we're at a point now, it's like we have the capability of getting the opportunity and seeing the information.
Right.
At this point now, it's just kind of like who's willing to put the work in.
Yeah.
Right.
And I look at people like where I'm at, it's just like I'm where I'm at. Like I get to a level, like I got to the level where I'm at because I put a certain amount of work in.
Right.
But it's only going to get you but so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
we gotta get out of our comfort zone in order to go further. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be willing to jump off that cliff just to get it, just to get that extra step. You know.
And it's funny that you say that because I wonder, like, is getting out of your comfort zone, like, saying this how I don't want to like hop into trends. Like we was talking about trends, and I feel like the whole what's the stuff we do all the time? The paint night. The sipping paint. I feel like that's a trend. So I'm like, there's those two kind of like for example, like there's me stepping out of my comfort zone doing sipping paints. Should I do that because I know it's something? I'm getting my words jumbled up. Should I step out of my comfort zone and go into sipping paints because I know it can make me some money, or should I not do it because I'm not comfortable, with doing that? It's like versus. But
is it that you don't want to do it because everybody else is doing it?
That's a piece of it.
Just stepping out your comfort zone don't necessarily mean you have to follow a trend.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
So,
and your work in itself is different
totally
than what most people are doing.
So you can teach how to do your thing.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry. I do sipping paints all the time. Like when I leave here, I gotta get it. You feel me? But my whole thing is like I've had a lot of artists come to me like, hey, I see you do a lot of sipping paints. I want to do one, or somebody requested me to do one. How do you do it? Or what do you, bruh, here's the information. Like, go here. No, don't go there. Go here. Get this deal. Blah, blah, blah. Only because the artist struggle is real.
Right.
Fam, I lost my job in 2014, and I ain't done nothing else but art, like, every day. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I know if you need bread to get a super huge canvas to do what you want to do, you gotta hustle, right?
Exactly.
Why not do the sipping paints? Like, fam,
it's like actors finding extra work.
They want to learn how to do what you do. You feel me?
Yeah, it's just funny because like to try to teach something when you're still learning, that's kind of difficult because it's like I'm still steadily evolving. So I mean, I can teach you what I do know, but it's just like it ain't gonna really come out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because all this is freestyle. Like none of this is premeditated.
Like I have my thing about sipping paints, but I have personal things about certain art, and it's just like I can't get outside of myself on certain things that would actually benefit me. But like the sipping paint was like everybody's doing it, and then like my one homeboy said it was like, yo, that's your opportunity to have people like give a part of yourself to these people. Like everybody's not going to be able like. He can't give
part. I don't. Okay, and nothing against anybody else that does it any way different, but a part of me. My classes are like basic classes. It's not like when I'm home and I'm in my zone and I'm like doing something. I'm not teaching them that because you can't. Like what you said, you can't teach nobody stuff like that. That's just coming from
naturally.
Yeah, from me. Like, but the basic stuff that I can teach.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I feel like stepping outside of your comfort zone in any type of aspect provides opportunity. Right. You never know who's going to be in the room. Right. You never know who's going to take a liking to what you have and spread that around. Right. I mean, you never know how big something can really get. And that's why a part of that, even with, I met Trance, he saw my work in a restaurant, and from there, Trance has opened up a lot of doors for different opportunities.
Yeah. Right.
So it's really about, I would take anything. That's why I said I don't think it's a right or wrong way to do it.
Right.
It's what works for you.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was going to just piggyback off of what you just said, that as far as like, you don't feel as though like you could teach because you're still learning, but at the same time, we all yet learning every day. We're still learning. Even teachers still learn. They teaching, but they still have to learn new stuff in order to teach the students. But while you still learning, you still can just help someone else.
I ain't got no problem helping other people, but it's certain things I don't really feel comfortable doing, like teaching. Like I'm not that good at teaching people.
Right. You never know until you try, though.
Right.
Oh no, I'm doing it right now.
But we'll be right back with you after this commercial break. Thank you for tuning in at the Artist Exchange Radio. If you want to call in, you can call in at 410-702-5657.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live on BeExposedRadio.com. In the building, we have live Mr. Michael Ryder. There we go. And Mr. Steve Yarn. They're doing a partnership based on what was it again? The Stories of the Vulcan Blazers. An awesome production that they have coming up. And now the name of it will be called
Baltimore Heat.
There we go. They were telling us a little bit about, they're in the pre-production phase of developing this Baltimore-based production. It seems like a really awesome idea, and I always love for more artistic events to come here, and because it's more of an event because you guys are going to actually use Baltimore as your complete backdrop of the city, and that's very awesome to hear.
Yeah, we want people to fall in love with this project through the visions and the tales we're going to tell about these firefighters, but also we want them to fall in love with the city of Baltimore. Just like they did with Miami Vice and Chicago Fire and NYPD Blue and
Sex in the City,
and all these other places that have the city as a star as much as the artists and the actors are.
And that's Baltimore has for many years have been the backdrops of many movies. I could think of a few Whoopi Goldberg movies, Sleepless in Seattle. A lot of these movies that have always used Baltimore as a scene. Not to mention The Wire and Homicide and countless other movies, House of Cards. All these movies and television shows that have always used it, but it was never really about Baltimore. They always included Baltimore in the story or the backdrops or certain historical scenery,
things they absolutely needed to say.
But it never
House of Cards actually shoots in Baltimore. But they're saying that it's Washington D.C. So they're shooting here and not even giving us credit for the place we're here.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artists, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles and Mr. Miles the Writer.
Hip Hop King, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Hey everybody, this is your girl, the one and only Thick Cows. Check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh, recently? Yeah. I was talking about overall. No, two.
That was Uber.
That wasn't Uber.
Yeah.
That wasn't?
Yeah, that was Uber.
That situation with Uber, I think they told us about.
But this guy, my whole thing is pay attention. I don't know if this dude was trying to get home or something, but he was speeding. Now I'm with the flow, like, do your thing. But when you taking me out of my way and you speeding, little suspect, trying to get my butt.
Like the Clemson guy from the Ohio State game.
What?
Yes. Now, he picked me up from my job, right? And I'm telling him where to go. He refused not to go. And you're speeding. So I'm thinking, this is me. I'm in the back seat. He's speeding. I'm like, he trying to take me in an alley somewhere. Really? And so I'm a little uncomfortable. So I'm noticing. I'm looking at the GPS. It's telling him to go this way. He's going this way. And I'm like, wait a minute. You taking me out of my way. I know I curse like a sailor, but
I do too.
There's sometimes you just don't curse. And this one time was that. Hey, look, yo, I'm only going by what the GPS, yo. No real shit.
Oh. What? Oh,
okay, I quit. Like real shit? Really?
Wow.
So you cussing?
Wow.
Trying to get my butt?
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Thank you. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. BeExposedRadio.com, Artist Exchange, Power Hour by ArtistVision.com. I'm your host, TJ Transvision Bates, co-host
Hollywood in the building.
This is the last segment, so we just need y'all information, IG, Facebook, and if y'all have anything coming up, whoever wants to start, ladies first.
Right now, I am currently working on some pieces for a showcase that will debut in September. Same young lady who did the Baltimore County Library event, her name is Janae. She's the curator for it. And
Give her a shout out.
Yes, Janae, thank you so much for the opportunity. I love her, she's so sweet. But with that event, it's called Seven. She's taken 7 young ladies, 7 artists that will have things based around, associated with the number 7, basically. So that event will be free. So you guys, once we get more detail, we don't even have an exact date yet, but be on the lookout for that. All of my social media tags or my usernames are Lynera Tanai. So my email is lyneratanae@gmail.com.
You want to go? Or you want me to go? You want to go? Yeah. My Instagram is The Groovy Vandal, spelled correctly. TheGroovyVandal. And I got a hashtag AlleyKidArt. You know, that's a got a long story, but it ain't a long story. It's a short story, but you know, just it's around. When I see you, I'll explain it to you. But you can follow me. You can like my page on Facebook. My AlleyKidArt page. The next show, I've been trying to chill on shows. I've been trying to do other stuff. But the next showing I'm having is August. It's Pancakes and Booze. So that's in DC. So
you said Pancakes and Booze?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a Penn Social?
I think so. I'm not sure. Boobs
or booze?
I wish that'd
drink,
be nice.
I believe.
But
you know what?
Pancakes and Booze.
Have you been?
Hey, bro.
No, but no,
that shit is
it's
amazing.
real nice.
They do that shit.
The DC one is.
I'm trying to go to the one out California for real. I need to get to California. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, you'll love it there, bro. Like, literally, I just came back.
I need to get there before. It's 2 things I want to do before this shit is all over. I want to make a bunch of money before everybody realizes money really don't matter. Then I want to get to California for that shit break off and fall in the water somewhere.
That's only part of it.
And go to New Orleans for that shit sink in the ground.
Oh, John. Oh yeah. So my Instagram, right? 83 bricks.
83 bricks.
83 bricks. BRICKS. Not like dope bricks, like
brick.
Yeah, bricks.
That's
my last name. Facebook, I think, is my full name, Jonathan Brick or John Brick Art. You can hit me up, paint parties, commission artwork. I do just about everything. I can drop my phone number, all that on. I really don't care. Yeah, absolutely. 443-845-1111. Easiest number you'll probably ever come across. Hit me up, paint parties, the whole 9. Yeah.
Okay. Before we do go, question. It's something that Nate usually asks a lot, pretty much a lot of artists before, ending the segment. What advice would you give your 17-year-old self?
You want to say that? You want to talk about that? Because I got a lot of self-loathing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a few regrets, but yeah, I mean I figure I'm where I'm supposed to be. Well, see, you want to start?
No.
Go ahead, you can start. I feel like I talk too much anyway.
My 17-year-old self, I would say, don't listen to nobody. Do what the fuck you want to do, what you feel like you were born to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would, regardless of the money, I wish I did that. And strap up and wash your hands.
Ooh, yes.
Good advice.
Okay. What about you?
I would say always stay humble and also continue to persevere. Whatever you see yourself, whatever you want to do, keep pushing. Because I feel like if I was doing what I really wanted to do at 17, I probably could be a lot further than where I am.
Oh, you ain't lying about that.
What?
Shoot.
What? You ready for me? How much time we got left? I got a whole stuff. But now, some stuff I would tell my 17-year-old self is take advantage of all the opportunities that are around you. I felt like I didn't do that enough. 2, go to school, man. 3, these women don't love you. 4, them heartbreaks ain't that bad. And 5, you'll get there when you get there.
Right.
Ain't nothing to stress about.
Right. Okay, before we do go, what advice would you give to upcoming artists, young artists, like in their teens that's coming up, that's trying to make it, or because I know they face struggles as well. So what advice would you give them, or what would you tell them?
I would say continue to challenge yourself. As we talked about being in our comfort zone, I know a lot of times it's hard for me, even for me at my age and what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 2 years, but I want to always be open to grow, to learn. Sometimes it is good to just listen, especially people who have been there, done that, So continue to challenge yourself and put yourself in positions, and other opportunities will arise.
Okay.
Damn, that was a good one. Yeah. That's probably in the gist of what I would tell somebody. Be humble, man, and grind. Like all that Gucci belt shit, all that came.
Okay.
All that you got time for that. Like,
yeah.
Don't worry about having kids and all that. No, I mean
later.
Yeah.
Later, please.
Like grind
later,
now,
man.
shine later.
Yeah, exactly.
Please later, man, because it's some stuff that we artists want to do. A lot of us can't do it because of the children. Because it's not because of the children, because of certain decisions that we made.
You gotta be responsible.
Yeah, most definitely. But I know I would just tell them, just keep swimming, man. That's it. Like, it ain't really nothing else. Like, you sometimes become crippled by certain things that happen. I know I have, but just keep swimming. Just getting up every day in the morning is you swimming. So just keep going. Like, it ain't. Don't stop. So
I want to thank y'all for coming out, giving y'all life stories, y'all experiences, and keep up the dope work. And make sure y'all check out these artists on Facebook, IG. Go back and rewind this to get their information, and hit them up for some paintings.
Yeah, definitely. They're wonderful painters, everyone, and they all come with their own creation, So definitely support. Thank you. And we'll be right back with you after this commercial break at the Artist Exchange Radio. I'm your co-host, Hullywood. We have
TJ Transvision Bates, artistvision.com. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
If you had a dream venue, where would that be? Like, some people want to do Carnegie Hall or like a big stadium somewhere.
I would go with Madison Square. I wanna feel that
so
building.
You just shoot for the moon.
I wanna feel it. I wanna look out and just feel the vibration of all of those people there to be uplifted and all of that, because that's what I want to do for people.
So are you dancing? Are you...
I want to implement that. I think I want to start doing some blocking. Like, not like tear it up. But just like a
little 1-2.
Hell, a little, not voguing, but kind of the essence of it. Very posy and, hit the mark. Yeah, we're not trying to like bust out sweats.
So that's mean you don't have the dance gene and you.
I can dance.
Okay,
that's not what I want to do. I can dance, but I'm not, trying to get that. That's not my lane. I want to keep it really kind of a retro feel with like the new school with a retro feel. Like
okay. Little Banji Soul.
Yeah.
People gonna start using that.
Right. And they should.
Little Banji Soul. Yeah. But just mark it so people know, like, this was mine.
This where it came from. Because, people was queens out here now that was princesses last week. They was princesses before my album dropped. Now they queen or something. I'm like, pinky up.
I cannot.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposed.
Let's go to the telephone.
Radio.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks.
I have a problem. Hope you can, help me solve it. Give me an idea of something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm 25 years old, and I'm a second grade teacher. And I've been engaged to my girl. Well, we've been together for about 2.5 years, and now we're engaged. You know, everything is going good with us. Back in October, I got a new student, and the child is being raised. He's a single, being raised by a single parent. So the father, you know, came up to the school to meet me. You know, they knew in the area, so you know, we started hanging out. You know, just watching games. You know, going to bars. You know, just chilling or whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay.
With your student's father.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like, so, you know, it's just nothing. You know, he's new in the area. You just want to know some spots to go out or whatnot. So,
gotcha.
Okay. One night we were sitting, watching TV, had a couple drinks, and as you would say, you know, we just talking.
Get ready on the button.
Okay. As you would say, make a long story short, he came over to me, unzipped my pants, and gave me a professional.
Okay. Had you ever had a homosexual experience up until this point?
No, I had not.
Had you ever thought about it?
I never even thought about it, Wendy. And the thing is...
But it was good, though, right? Because they say only a man knows how to please another man.
I mean, it was okay.
Oh.
It was okay.
Okay.
So, you know, we continue to mess around or whatever. Been going on for, like I said, since about October. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, you know, this is not right. I need to be... Okay,
I need you to hold on for just one moment while I do my break, but I need to come back on the phone with you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so... God, I am so... So, is he gay?
I mean, I guess so.
What I mean is, was he gay prior to this? Is he a professional gay man?
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Okay. So now you have a lot of different issues going on within one telephone call.
Yeah, but this is the main issue.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you know, like I said, it's been a few months, and I told him, I was like, you know, we need to cut this out because I'm engaged. You know, it's not right. You know, we need to really cease our dealings. And he didn't want to. He doesn't want to. And he's at the point where he's like, you know, he'll call my fiance. You know, he'll go to the district. He'll do, you know, all types of stuff. You know, he comes to my class all the time. I mean, of course, I can't stop him from doing that. I mean, he's just always just constantly in my face. And I mean, I don't know what to do. Right now, I'm currently seeking employment, you know, in some other places because I don't want my name to be ruined, you know.
Right.
So how should I handle this?
Okay. First of all, how does he know your fiance's number to call her?
I mean, he has the number. We live together.
Oh,
so,
God.
I mean, he has my cell, you know. He has my house number.
Now, do you own your house or do you rent?
I rent.
It's time to look for a new place to live. I mean, really. And you don't need to do a lot of explaining to your fiance other than that you're about to get married and you want to, you know, fresh start.
Okay. I mean...
As far as your job, there's no way getting around this. You've dug a terrible, terrible grave for yourself. And your fiance is going to find out, and so is your job. You know why? Because this man is new to town. You are one of his only friends, and he has nothing better to do but either be your friend or else be your enemy and make your life miserable.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. This has been an awesome day. Shout out to TJ Transvision and all his artist friends.
Yes.
Definitely an interesting conversation. If you missed any parts of it, definitely go back and you can rewind. It'll be on YouTube as well as the Artist Exchange Radio Show's page and Be Exposed Radio's page. So definitely hit us up. You can always get the show on demand. Go by going to BeExposedRadio.com and listening at any time. So I am your host, Nate. I got my co-host, Mr. Hullywood, joining me today.
How y'all doing out there?
And we have an awesome co-host joining us, Miss Sweet Baby.
Hello.
She's joining us today. But we also have two awesome guests in the building representing fashion and all that is fashion. We have Miss Sharan Nixon, Baltimore's own Baltimore Fashion Week. And we have the awesome Tamil Robinson out of New York. Joining us, Mr. Designer, branded extraordinaire.
How you doing?
Tell me how to say your company's name, because I never know how to say it, or do I just say the letters?
Well, the company, actually, the hub is TRG. That's Tamil Robinson Group.
Okay.
And that's basically because of all of the different moving parts that we've created that evolved. And that's more of like the house.
Okay.
But the label is Amiyat.
Amiyat.
All moods and all
TRG Group
textiles.
and Amiyat.
Yes, that's the label.
In what?
All moods and all textiles.
There we go.
That's what it is.
So our guest today, we're going to talk about fashion, branding, business, entrepreneurship. What does that mean to you? I'll throw that first question out to you, Miss Sharan Nixon.
When I'm trying to find a show,
she bouncing today. I like when Miss Sharan gets up in.
Yes, I'm in it. I combed it. I'm in it. You want to bounce it? That's what I gave you. Bouncy. Okay, I'm sorry. Focus. Squirrel. All right. What am I doing?
Go ahead.
Am I too loud?
What is it? No, you good. You good. Just loud enough.
What was the question?
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
Right.
You want my definition of what I think that is? Because I didn't Google it last night. I didn't know I had homework.
I just actually made the word up.
You did just now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think entrepreneurship is owning, if you're in the art sector, like design, art, illustrating,
curating
like myself, that I just found out that's what I'm doing, that you own it. It's a business and you're promoting and you're proud of what you do. I think that anything with entrepreneurship in it should have a lot of passion behind it, and you should have your own direction.
Professionalism.
Directed professionalism? Are you helping me?
No, I'm just saying that's a big bullet point for me.
Oh, professionalism. Oh, a big bullet point. Give me 5. Both of us, right? No broken diction here. I'm sorry. Sorry for those who speak it. I still love you. Tickets are $30 and $80. No,
we're going to have time. We're going to get the information out. But, Mr. Tamil, let me know what that phrase means to you. Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Well, I'm an artist at heart. I started out actually being born with the talent, you know, and with the ability to paint, draw, sketch, watercolor, basically doing everything that's in me, that the God-given talent in me allowed me to do.
Right.
And that was to become an artist first, and then it evolved into a whole branded business type of thing. So with that being said, that evolved into an entrepreneur, which you call now entrepreneur, which is a cool word now.
Thank you.
Now I can use that.
Oh my God.
I'm a register.
Yeah, now I can use that.
There we go. Hashtag.
Get on that, Kara, wherever you at, get on that, please.
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. That's
so today I'm going to just lay out, and we're not just going to talk about fashion, but just the business, the professionalism, all that it takes to be in this industry as an artist, and we can mix it into the artist or even entrepreneurship, business owners. So the first section is catered towards you, the individual guest that we have today. So tell me a little bit about your backstory. How did you become Sharan Nixon?
Really? Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay. It's just the green, the lace, all of it. It's just catching my eye.
It is. I did this just for you, because you know how I roll on weekends, right? Okay. I just want all y'all to know I keep saying REA hashtag REA real. Okay. REAL real.
This is her layer. This is the layer.
Yeah, this is my layer. So I guess Sharan, well, she came from her parents. She's no nonsense, very direct, and I guess focused. I guess I could say that about me. I'm very, very no nonsense and very deadline driven. So one thing I was telling somebody this last night from New York. One thing about me is that if I say something, that's what I'm gonna do. So if you miss a deadline and I say you're out, you're out.
Ooh. And a lot of business owners don't understand that.
True, and being in Baltimore, and I'm no shade to anybody, let me just preface that, but it is what it is, and I've heard it over 12 years from outside organizations and sponsors that I have and all of that, and they say, oh my God, you're really different from what we were expecting. So my question is, what were you expecting? And so the outside view of people or individuals or organizations outside of Baltimore, they think that we don't know what we're doing, and that we take it for granted what we're doing, and it's all about the money. So when I say that, I explain to people, I don't wait for ticket sales.
Right.
Stuff is paid for.
That should be extra.
Right. It's just added capital revenue. I don't, like most people, no shade, please, y'all. When they do events here, they contact Tiffany for tickets. Why do I need to contact? I'm working. I'm busy. Right. So I want to be able to go online, order a ticket, send it to my inbox, and I can keep it moving. I'm not calling Tiffany to get a ticket. I'm not doing it. Why? It's 2017. Use Eventbrite. I just signed a contract with them yesterday. I mean, so you just have to. I don't know. Did I get personal?
You good? You good? What were you doing before? Because this is the 10th year.
Yes.
Of Baltimore Fashion Week. So prior to this, what was Sharan doing?
Sharan was raising her 3 sons as a single mom, and she worked for a nonprofit for 10 years, and then she used to model, and she used to model, and she worked for someone else, and I still do. But that's my financial sponsor.
Benefactor.
Benefactor, sponsor, whatever.
Yes.
They help keep things moving.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm a loner, so I'm not in anybody's circle. You won't see me hanging out I'm not a cliquey chick. I never have been.
Right.
So, which was another hard sell for me when I started, because nobody knew me. Like, who was this Sharan Nixon chick, and why does she think she can do a fashion week? Because I can, and I will.
Right.
10 years later, and we still are. Right. Boom.
Boom. Boom. Right there.
So, it's just, I don't know if, I don't. Oh, hi. He's not waving at me. I don't know. And I'm a huge introvert, but right now I'm comfortable here, so I can be me. But if this was a professional, like a setting that I didn't know, I would just.
See, I open people up. I like
you do, Nate, and we love that about you. So open up the front row seats when you come on Fashion Week, okay?
I will.
And a bar.
Well, no.
Open bar.
I only do chases. I don't.
We got those too. So, did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. Okay,
all right.
Because she's a mother. She's also a daughter, and it's a family affair with her business. Because her middle son.
My middle son runs the back. My mother runs the office when I'm not here.
Miss Virginia, shout out.
Shout out to Jenny. Hey, Lady Grace. And a lot of my team members have been here since the beginning.
I have a question.
I got an answer.
Yes, that has to do with
what's the sugar baby?
Sweet baby.
Sweet baby.
That has to do
That's only on Saturday.
Saturdays. What's your name tomorrow, girl? Call me.
You said that you pay for things up front. I'm co-founder of an organization called Appreciate the Arts, and that's pretty much how we're operating. Like, we want things done, and
easy.
Then what comes will come.
Yeah.
Do you think that operating in the opposite direction, like we want your money to get things done, do you think that takes away from the integrity of an organization?
Well, I don't know if it takes away from integrity, but that's not their vision, so why should they be held accountable?
Okay.
Like for Fashion Week, I know we have a large amount of seats, and I'm not one to cancel. Now, as I say that, you all know that I canceled the brunch. I canceled the brunch because Baltimore's not a brunch city. Now, had this been New Jersey, Philly, maybe DC, definitely DC. DC gets a brunch. Baltimore does not get a brunch. So to run a business, you have to know what your niche is and what the people in your audience will accept.
Right.
They might accept the bowling, but I already paid for it, so I'm going to be there. And everybody in my family will be there. You know?
A bowling?
Yeah, it's a bowling fundraiser called Bowling for Education. That's on Tuesday, August 8th. So to answer your question, don't do anything outside of your financial means, because at the end of the day, you still got to pay rent. You still got to buy food. You still want those shoes. Hopefully you're buying on clearance like I do. So clearance is a mother. Okay, don't sleep on it. And you still want to do what you want to do and not be tied down by your business.
Right.
I started the Fashion Umbrella Foundation 3 years ago out of the strong advice of about 4 sponsors. We can't give you, we can't, in the mic, we can't support you the way we want to because we can't allocate or really prove where our money is going.
Right.
And it was that, and also I always wanted to, when my sons were little, they prayerfully, they never had to experience it, but a lot of their friends experienced, not having school supplies and not having I don't get into the clothes thing, other people do that, but my thing is education. I think that whether you go to college or not, because I didn't finish college, I walked up, I was in a marketing class, and the instructor said that you could teach the class. That was the last day I went. I was like, I'm not spending money to be here.
Right.
He gave me A, and that was the last time I went back. And so, a lot of our programs are geared to help other people because it's something that I went through when I was younger and raising my sons. But as far as your foundation goes, you make sure you listen to your board. My board is a lot of the people who have been here from the beginning, and anything over $200 I need to get approval for.
Right.
Although I can pay for it, but it's just like when I go explain to them, we never discussed this line item. Why is this here? And so then I don't want to have that, because I could go in there and say, oh, we're doing it. But you got to respect your board, and you have to have their guidance and because they are the backing and the financial support. Whether it's a board that gives an annual fee or not, their job is to make sure that the foundation keeps going forward. So you have to respect them. And as far as the finances go, don't do anything. Girl, you want me to show you how to do something cheap and make it look good?
Yes, please.
Call me. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
when I say $5, I got you right now. Yes. $5. I got you.
That is a mess. Now to Mr. Tamil. So who was Tamil Robinson prior to this designer extraordinaire?
I'm a lover of all things.
Okay.
Family. I'm a family man.
This is New York, so he got to bring it smooth today. Bringing it smooth.
I'm a man, I'm that's a designing man, which I call myself, and I'm a father.
Okay.
And I'm basically building a true heritage house, and a lot of people look at me strange when I say that, and because I've put 20 plus years in this industry from the ground up, and that's working with, and I don't say for, I say with, because my talent actually was conduit into different projects behind the scenes, i.e. NFL, i.e. Reebok, just to name some of the different projects that I work with. And I just basically wanted to take my talent and evolve it. And that's not, and I want to give credit to the mentors of my life. A lot of them, most of them not here anymore. They're all gone, they're all past. And to me, we call that on the TRG roof, we took casualties, because they believed in what I was doing and they wanted to live their dream through me. You got to understand something. This is a 30, I'm gonna go back and say 50 year, because I was born. So that had to evolve, and that was with the talent, that was with life, that was with with the mentors, that was with the experience in the industry, along with building what we call TRG, Tamil Robinson Group. We basically had to forge that into saying this is a heritage house. Even this year, we use the word haute couture now. You couldn't use that word. A lot of people use that word very, very loosely, very loosely, and you can't. I couldn't use that word 5 years ago, last year, 20 years ago. We use it this year because we're at that level. We're with the best pattern makers in the world. We deal with the best factories in the world. I got 20-year relationships with them, so it's pretty much like family. You have a relationship. And what I wanted to do was bring that back to the States, from Newark to Oakland, all the inner cities, to have everybody aware that we can create jobs, we can create a heritage house, and you can stimulate the economy in the inner cities, because there's a lot of talent that gets overlooked or gets turned away or won't even get noticed because of the so-called gatekeepers in the industry that pretty much will not give that an opportunity. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should, because everybody won't be as good. Everybody won't make it. But at the end of the day, you have to sift through that talent.
Right.
You know, Barry Gordy did it the best. That's why I moniker myself after a Barry Gordy, because he built Motown in a time where it was virtually impossible. You understand?
Mhm.
And he did it, and you can't go anywhere. I've been all around the world, literally. Lived in China, you know, and, you know, I had places there, you know, been to Europe. Like, I'm well-rounded. So at the end of the day, you can't go anywhere in the world and not hear a Motown song. I'm not talking about Michael Jackson. I'm talking about the Motown sound. So he did it at a time where it was virtually impossible.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much what we moniker ourselves as to become. And right now we're on that path to become a real true heritage house.
Right. So we're going to take a quick break, pay some bills. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh, yeah.
This man.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on, so you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, you know, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, I mean, people, we all have issues, but people who, like, want you to help them through their issues, you know? So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody, as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, you know, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down, Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. Mm-hmm. My girl happens to be long distance. Mm-hmm. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money.
Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke, all that. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you today. I'm glad you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So E. do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often because I have a fear of going blind. So yes, when I found
you could go blind. From
I read about it. Is that true? No, it's not true.
It's not.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say I should have been blind a long time ago.
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick.
I was just playing.
But
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
If you had a dream venue, where would that be? Like, some people want to do Carnegie Hall or like a big stadium somewhere.
I want to go with Madison Square. I wanna feel that building.
So you just want to shoot for the moon.
I want to feel it. I want to look out and just feel the vibration of all of those people there to be uplifted and all of that, 'cause that's what I want to do for people.
So are you dancing? Or are you?
I want to implement that. I think I want to start doing some blocking, like not like tear it up, but just like a
little 1-2,
pal, a little not voguing, but kind of the essence of it, very posy and hit the mark. Yeah, we're not trying to like bust out sweats.
So that means you don't have the dance gene in you.
Oh, I can dance.
Okay,
that's
not what I
baby,
do.
I can dance, but I'm not, trying to get that. That's not my lane. I want to keep it really kind of a retro feel with like the new school with a retro feel. Like
okay. Little banjo soul.
Yeah.
People gonna start using that.
Right. And they should.
Little banjo soul. Yeah. But just mark it so people know, like this was mine.
This where it came from. Because people was queens out here now that was princesses last week. They was princesses before my album dropped. Now they queen or something. Like, pinky up.
I cannot.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on Be Exposed.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
Yes.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything. So.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice. It's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
151.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. I am your host, Nate. I got my host, Mr. Hullywood.
How y'all doing out there?
Our guest host today is Miss Zakia.
Hey, a.k.a. Sweet Baby. Hey, y'all.
There we go. Our guest today is the only Tamil Robinson, designer, house owner, just businessman, entrepreneur all the way around. And Baltimore's own Bouncy today, Miss Sharan Nixon. She got her lace on.
I do. It's a lace. No, this
she got a date after. She got a
No, this isn't a lace. This lace.
No,
this lace. Oh, I forgot.
Nobody would have even known.
Lace wigs, boo. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, is it? Okay.
Take it over now. You wouldn't even.
I forgot I had it on. Because this was a point of discussion when I walked in.
We wouldn't even have known.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Because she'll take it off. We're not going to do. We've already agreed to that.
We determined yesterday that I would not do that.
Yes, we agreed to that.
It's cool in here, so I'm not taking it off.
That was part of her contract. She will take that off quickly. So we talked a little bit about your background, what you, because these are my shades, Style Lounge.
Style Lounge.
Hey, that's that Isaac Hayes look right there, man. That's what's up.
I was trying to be
Chapman, right?
Okay, Prince, I see you. know.
I was trying to do a little something special, but it was hot. When I came outside, I said, the cuteness is off. I'm done.
Yeah, it's hot today in Baltimore.
Baltimore, you just
Shout
wait.
out.
That's the weather. Just wait.
Shout
you never know. It might snow later on. You never know in Baltimore. But we talked a little bit about the backgrounds of our guests, what got them to the point where they are today. This portion of it, I want to speak on just the professionalism. Okay. A lot of artists, a lot of entrepreneurs, they get into the me feeling, and they forget that they have an audience that they're working for. Yes. And they may not be necessarily your boss, the audience, or the client, but you are doing this work for the benefit of someone else. So it's not just you in that bubble. So we get into our bubble and we in our own heads, and we forget basic things: how to communicate, how to be more engaging, professionalism, staying prompt, being on time, doing what it is that you say you're going to do, sticking to your mission. All of those big bullet points. I gave us a lot just now. But speak on what it is to be professional for you, and I'll start with Tamil this time.
Thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. Being a dad first, and that's a lot of time. Mm-hmm. You know, there's 7 of them running around. 5 girls, 2 boys.
Ooh,
so
you about to make a lot of shoes and stuff, sir.
You know, it's and you know, I mean, they're older and everything, but at the same time, I was a guest professor at FIT. Okay. And a student asked me, how do you do that? And I told him, you have to stay focused. And staying focused means that you're in a professional mode. Now, I wear a lot of hats with TRG because I'm first generation everything. So it is a bittersweet situation. But at the end of the day, I'm working for the next generation. Right. I'm first generation everything. So that means I will die doing this. So at the end of the day, it'll carry on. But being professional, being on time, I have to do tech packs. I have to do designs. I have to watch over everything. We have to color swatch, lab dips, a lot of stuff that I'm mentioning that the average person can't understand because they see the end result. Right. But that's just only the tip of the iceberg. What goes on? We have meetings. That's why we have the Tamil Robinson group, because now we call in Dallas, we call in New York, we call in Atlanta. You know, not even just United States, it's all over the world. So I'm in different time zones. So I'm up 3, 4 in the morning, you know, with India, because we make, you know, our footwear molds and everything there. That's a whole different time zone. You know, Asia, that's another, you know, we're dealing with a lot of different things. So everybody's professional on the other end. But the pressures back home and back where we are, our home base, we still have a lot to climb. Right. Because you have different levels of the industry inside here, you know, inside the home base that we have to be professional about. And like I said, wear a lot of hats. And being able to wear a lot of hats, it takes a lot of time. So with that being said, you have to be focused. And if you stay focused, you can be on time. You can make meetings. You have to stay focused. You cannot stop. There's times where, you know, I get a call from Tam or Derek or Rick, anybody from the TRG group, and they're saying, well, how can you do everything? And I said, guys, I've been doing this way longer than you have. I have to show you this. So I'm actually teaching as well, because if I don't pass that information on, it gets cut off. Right. And you lose your professionalism if you do that. So the key word to professionalism to me is staying focused and not stopping.
Keep going, keep going.
You have to.
Miss Nixon.
Yeah.
Now she about her claws about to come
All eyes on me. What you say?
Claws about to come out.
No, they're not. I got them underneath the table. They are done though. Anyway.
Good night.
It's Fashion Week season, but I'm live. And no sleep. Okay, seriously. Okay, focus. Squirrel. Wow. What am I doing?
So professionalism, what does that mean for you?
Wow. I'm going to try to be nice here.
Giving it and receiving it. You can go.
Well, I give it. I can get, as I like to say, Park Heights and Wooden in the flip of an eyelash. But at the end of the day, I have to remember that these people are customers and they're clients, which was something I had to teach my team. Especially when you have family members working for you, when something pops off, as they say, they get in their feelings. I'm like, you can't let it go.
Right.
You'll be let go. With me, it's business. There's no other. We can be cool and be friends, but when it comes to my business, my Fashion Umbrella Foundation, I'm not the one. I'm not. And so as far as professionalism go, you have to be responsible for your own actions. When I mess up, I will tell people. I sent an email to all the volunteers yesterday letting them know that we had a snafu with the ticketing company we were using. Because one thing about me is you'll know all the time where I'm coming from, so you can't say you didn't know because I sent you an email.
Right.
And one thing I don't do is talk to people. Only people I talk to are sponsors. Anybody else, you get an email, so check your email. And I hold everybody accountable to those emails.
Right.
And so to me, professionalism or being professional is being responsible for your own actions. So you have models. Let's talk about that for 10 seconds. How they don't show for castings. They don't show, not castings, they don't show for the fittings, and then they wonder why they didn't get selected. At the end of the day, it's not my vision. My job is to get you in the door. Your job is to get you behind in the clothes. Right. So when you don't answer emails and you don't come to the schedule, designer selection and fittings, we had 146 models. We're down to 138 because they're gone. Like, you didn't respond. And so to have 21 designers to showcase this year, I'm across the board even. But if you can't be responsible enough, you want this industry. I'm a different type of breed. The Fashion Umbrella is a different type of breed when it comes to our production standards. We start on time. Our shows with 8 designers will probably end in 30 minutes. We do not do 4 and 5 hour shows. And that's a whole nother show. I don't understand that. But
those are money shows.
Say it again.
Those 4 or 5 hour shows are strictly for like entertainment. It's not really for the industry.
Well, it's that, and then they don't have enough models.
Yeah.
That's the main problem. They don't have enough models. If you have 3 designers, that show should last 15 minutes. I should not be sitting there past 30. And that's because you don't have 1 model per garment. We do not recycle within the collection. And so that's another thing. When I went to New York in 2005 and had the pleasure of going behind the scenes and talking to the production team for Ellie Saab and then sitting at her show, I could do nothing but cry because it was absolutely beautiful. I'm an administrative production type chick. So I see the vision, and I saw it for Baltimore, and so I brought it here. And going into year 10, we wouldn't be here if we weren't professional. We would have been shut down a long time ago. I'm just no nonsense. It is what it is. It's in writing. You signed it, so follow it.
Yeah, we do our fashion weeks that we did. It was 35 looks, and just one model per garment. For me, our product is very costly to make. It's silks, it's sequins, it's everything. So we can't afford to have it pulled and twisted and going through different models like that. It's one look per month, and it gives me an opportunity to style it the way I need to style it. Right. Before, post production, the model comes in. We do the fitting, we take the picture, that model's wear that. Did I have a backup just in case she can't make it because she has to go do another show, in 30 minutes from, prior to whatever. It's one look per. Because this, and then we have it's a madhouse in the back. So I can't afford to be losing shoes and dresses and things like that. Everything is done very, very professional, as Sharon said.
I wanted to speak about the foundation part of the Fashion Umbrella because you do things like our engineer is a part of your foundation. He's a recipient of one of your organization's awards. So speak more about the community outreach that you do.
So I got interviewed last week by a Jewish publication here in Maryland, and one of the questions was, what is your capacity in a community? And so I said we don't have a physical strong footprint, but our programs reach those communities. So we have the Back to School Refresh, which is a program that we started to provide school supplies to students after the first 2 quarters. After the winter break, who has school supplies? Nobody. My sons didn't have them. I'm like, yo, I just bought you a case of paper. Where? Well, I was saying yo back then, but I just bought you a case of paper. Where is it? They don't have it. So now I got to figure out, okay, how am I, they just told me this the day before they're supposed to go to school. How am I make sure my child is situated for school? I got this to pay, and that's hard for a parent, especially you single. If it's a two-home parent, I mean a two-parent home, that might be hard for them. So we have the back to school refresh. We have the educational honors, which is where we recognize students in grades 7 through 12 who have a 2.5 GPA and perfect attendance. And Eric is one of the recipients. I think his GPA was 4.35. When I saw it, I'm like, who in the hell is 4.35? Like, I didn't even know that even existed.
That's when you take honors classes.
Right, exactly. And so Eric is a recipient, and we had a reception for them and honored them, gave them an award, a plaque, and all of that. Then we have the Fashion Umbrella Foundation Scholarship Award, where we offer a monetary stipend to students, only freshmen. No, you can't, sorry. For freshmen and sophomore students in college. And the reason why I only do sophomore students, because those are the two segments or grades where students drop out because they can't afford it. Like, okay, I'm going to try this one more year, and then when they get in their sophomore season or even halfway through freshman, they drop out like, this is just too much, I can't financially afford it. So unfortunately I don't have 1/8 of Oprah's money, but Lord knows if I did, it would be so much different for a lot. I would just personally go in schools and handpick students and write a check and send it to the college, so you don't have to worry about if you're going to be accepted. That's where you want to go. You want to go to MIT? Okay, let me write a check now, you can go. Forget your SATs. I just paid for you to go. So that's my goal. Right.
A lot of that to me.
Right. And so for
shout out to Sally Mae.
Yeah, Sally Mae. So for another program we have that we just Tiffany is one of my team members, and she came up with the idea. We were just talking, and it's called school adoption program. She came up with it, so she has to write it. This is awesome, where we would select a school and just provide them with school supplies. We're just going to select a school and take it there. Like, here's some school supplies for you students. We're going to donate it to them. And the other one that we have, I do an ARTrepreneurship 101 class where I actually go into the schools and talk about becoming a business, starting your own business and becoming a business owner. And then I also do a job readiness program where I go into the high schools and teach them how to prepare for an interview. And during that program, I actually do mock interviews, and I'm very, very hard on them. From the time they get at the door, from the time they stand at the door to come into my makeshift office to meet with me, I'm very hard on them, from their posture, their diction, the way their pants are. And I know you can't go to the Macy's and buy a suit, but that shouldn't be an issue why you don't get a job. You can look presentable in your khakis, in your white school shirt. That's more of a reason for them to give you a job. If they have a special dress code, you hire me. With your check, I can buy what you want me to wear. And that's what I tell them. You need to be upfront with these people. And we also go over resumes, how you can be stereotyped from your resume, from your zip code to your email address to the street you live on. The reason why I know this is because for 6 years I worked in the HR department and I saw it. And so I'm telling people,
and not just your name, but everything.
Your zip code, all of that.
I can't help where I come from. I come from Newark, New Jersey, 07106. I'm a Hebrew, I'm basically, I can't hide that, because I've traveled the world and they don't hide theirs.
Right.
You got to understand something. This is all about support. This is all about a passion. If these individuals don't have the passion for what they're doing, they're not going to do it anyway, no matter how much money you give them.
Right.
You understand? I have passion for what I do. I never gave up. I think I did out of high school one little fast food job, and I was like, what am I doing here? And I walked out. I never looked back after that. It was like 40 years ago. You understand? So, but at the end of the day, you have to have passion. Then you got to understand something too. We're living in a different kind of generation, which is technology, and you have to somehow fuse the technology to what the younger generation are accustomed to and what they like. So you have to they have to have passion first for whatever they're going to do, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, whatever it may be. Passion has to be there no matter what you give them. I told all my family, the young ones, children, nephews, nieces, there's nobody giving you anything. I'm not giving you anything. What you can do, you can learn this. I can show you the way, but you have to have passion enough and want this that bad to do it.
So we have 5 more minutes in this segment, and then we have our last segment because it just goes past so fast. But I want to spend the last 5 minutes, and I want to go through and see some of the designs. Let us see these awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Things. I mean, showing and telling is the best for me because that's what I get the most joy out of. You know, you in this business to make a business and do big things, but at the end of the day, my real joy is showing how this was created because it's created from scratch.
Right.
This is not something where you buy a product and we putting it online and selling it. We buying something and re-tagging and everything. Everything's done from scratch. This is
so let's see it. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have.
Since this was an entrepreneur segment of a show, and I am an artist at heart, and I went to art school all my life. I painted watercolors, airbrush, oils. I'm a 30-year master airbrush artist. You know, so I can photorealism airbrush. Shout out to everybody at Arts High. You know, the whole Arts High crew. All the teachers here with us and not here. You know, blessings. But this is not it. See, I need to find that bag. Thank you, Hullywood.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, being that I'm an artist, right? And I wanted to come out with shoe collection. Because having a shoe collection in a heritage house, you got to have everything across the board. You know, I mean, we have interiors as well. So I went to interior design school. So that's how I started with the fabric situation from interior design. And then that's how fusing the art with the interiors started products. And then airbrushing, I had my own shop. So I used to airbrush.
We got
Definitely. But, here we go. So, we have the original signature logo strap. It's a high top, all leather shoe with the logo straps here. And what I did was I actually airbrushed and hand painted this myself. So I'm the only designer in the world, okay? And I say that with conviction, in the world who has his own sneaker and actually paints on that sneaker. Now your top designers in the world are not touching a sneaker to paint it. You understand what I'm saying? They have a production crew that does that. Like, I'm hand touching these myself. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because you have to offer something different.
Right.
You know, you go to these major department stores, they're going to have X and X and X and X. I'm not dropping names because they're not dropping mine. So at the end of the day, when you go to these major department stores, these heritage house companies, they're not doing everything from a raw essence because they had 80 years ahead of me. So they should be at that level. You know, we're first generation everything. So this shoe is going to evolve into something other than the next 30 years or 40 years, but this will be our signature shoe. And it's all lamb inside, all lamb, everything, no fabric. So it's all luxury. This is a luxury sneaker. So I understand the essence of what LeVar Ball is doing. I want to say that because I am a Team Triple B fan. And the reason why I say that is because his mission was to not sell out to the majors and be independent.
Right.
And whatever he gets. And I look at it that way, is that helps me understand what I was doing. Because I was doing this way before the kid was even born. So I say I'm a supporter of what he's doing. Maybe not his character, the dad, but what he's doing. Just like Serena, just like, you know, Richard Williams was a good friend of mine. They're doing some marvelous things, and I think we need to. I think all the inner city talent. You want to say something, Alan?
No, we're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to come back to our last segment.
Sure.
We're going to continue the conversation during the break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. BeExposedRadio.com.
Word.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
Police are not occupying armies. This is America, not a war zone. I speak today with full knowledge that I have not personally experienced and can never truly understand the fear, the oppression, and the pain that confronts African Americans every day.
Don't you just want to kill yourself? I mean, not from what she was saying, but from the music that was playing in the background. I just want to, gosh, but every word she said was prolific, and it did not come from what is now becoming mainstream as white privilege. She has a sensibility about her, and the way she speaks about different things that has, from the first time I saw her, I can't remember what state she's in. I think she's in like North Carolina or something like that, somewhere I'm not going. That some kind of sensibility about her that makes me like her for president. But she's not running. We have this old guy that looks like he should be on the popcorn box. Then we have Martin O'Malley. Fine. We'll settle if we must. Hillary, who I like, but she just has to fight against all this controversy, and that's the hard part of it all. Then we have Huckabee. I could have swore he died, like in one of those books, like a fairy tale book. Trump. We're going to get to you in a moment. Meet with all these black folk in one room.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, Nate Couser. My co-host, Mr. Hullywood.
How y'all doing out there?
My guest co-host for the day, Ms. Zakia, Sweet Baby.
Sweet Baby.
Our guest today, Tamil Robinson.
Hello, everybody.
Hailing all the way from the NYC. And Sharan Nixon, Baltimore's own, Baltimore Fashion Week.
Hailing from across the hole.
She just walked across the room.
Sharon wants to know why I'm not doing Fashion Week. So
you explain why. You explain why. I'm good.
I actually want to support.
Okay.
So this is our last segment, and we want to close it out with how you can contact these guests. How can you get to them? How can you get these awesome shoes and such? He didn't bring my tan ones because he knew he would be
actually, you know what? I wanted to bring the colors that weren't like everybody used to see in the tan ones. Don't get me wrong. I love the tan ones. That's my favorite.
I'm a neutral type of guy.
Me too. I like my colors because I paint, but when it comes to the footwear, I like the neutral colors.
There we go.
I just wanted to bring the ones that everybody was hitting me up on Instagram, and they love these.
So get here if you in downtown Baltimore. Come get a pair of sneakers.
Right.
So real quick, Sharon's going to give us the information for Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, and Baltimore Fashion Week. One of the components that she's doing this year is actually on sneakers, and also just give us the information on how we can get tickets, how we can come to the gala and the.
That's in March.
Well, not the gala, the open and the kickoff to Fashion Week.
Oh, okay. So let me run it down really quick. I have like 20 seconds. So on March, Lord Jesus, on August the 5th is a kickoff party from 9 to 1, open bar. All of our events have an open bar. That will be the standard moving forward.
Woo.
So August the 5th is the kickoff party. Tickets for that are $40. Then we have the Bowling for Education, which is a total fundraiser for the back to school refresh. Tickets for that are $20. Food is included. You have to buy your own alcohol. Wasn't paying for it. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is August the 11th through the 13th, are the actual runway shows. General admission is $30. Front row seats are $80, which includes entrance into the Premier Lounge, which is a private area. Open up to
touching me.
I don't want nobody touching me either. Put them on, Nate. God damn it! If you don't put them on. So anyway, so let me hurry up. So because Nate's stupid. So we have the Premier Lounge, but one of my new babes or faves for the event is the sneakerhead component. I'm so excited about that.
And that's Sunday.
No, that's all weekend. Oh God!
When is that again, Sharon?
It's August the 11th through the 13th.
2017?
Yes. So Footage Society is one of our...
How come I never heard about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But Footage Society, we'll get that after the show. Footage Society is one of our main sponsors. They're a sneaker boutique located in Laurel, and my son came up with the idea.
Wow.
And I was Footage Society was a sponsor at the gala, so when I went to their site, I'm like, yo, they got all these tennis shoes. We need to figure it out. And then I went on Netflix and watched the Sneakerhead documentary, and I was like blown. Dead stop and I had to learn all this language. So really quick, Nicole came down and gave me a 4-hour lashing on what not to do and what to do in the sneakerhead community. So we've implemented that on Saturday it's slated for 1 o'clock now, but because we had to change the time, it might move to 11, and the website will be updated once all of that's confirmed. We have Noya from DTLR who's going to host the sneakerhead component on Saturday. Des Customs and Creative Custom Kicks will be here to do a meet and greet with us and the guests that come. And then we also have another guest that we will confirm them next week. And so once that happens, all of the marketing with that will change again. And so it's going to start out with Des and Customs. They're going to Des and Creative, they're going to talk about what they do. Footage Society will also be there. Noya will be there to talk about, he's going to host it because if I do it, it'll be really corporate. And then the other guests that we have, so it's going to start out with a 2-on-2. You get to meet Des and Creative and hear their history and their illustrative lives. And then we're going to end it with a panel. And so we're working on that now. And so that's the component for this year. We're already working on 2018.
So where do we get tickets?
Baltimore-fashionweek.com.
There we go. Get them tickets. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna get styled. Miss, what's her name?
Tamika?
Yes.
Or Courtney?
No, not Courtney.
Tamika?
No, I'm not gonna say her name.
You know, sneaker.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
Really,
She didn't sponsor. So.
It's really big now.
Why are you gonna say? Oh, because she's not a sponsor. You're not gonna say her name. Oops.
So let us know where we can find
my form.
Let me know where we can find you at online, where we can get these sneakers.
Wow.
Where we can see your extensive brand.
These sneakers drop September for fall 2017, going into spring, summer 2018. You know, we do everything a season ahead. So you can go to TamilRobinsonGroup.com. You can go to AmiatShop.com. You can Google me, Tamil International on Instagram. You know, the whole social medias. Google my name, Tamil Robinson.
Get it.
Everything
get it.
will come up.
Get it. So my last question to each one of my guests today is, what advice would you give to your 17-year-old self? I'll start with Tamil. We have 30 seconds.
Listen to my mentors.
Pay attention.
Yes.
Focus.
And also more focus. They wanted me to hone in on my talent because they saw it really, really deep. And I just, you're 17.
You in a moment.
You in that moment. You know, you're breakdancing. Just my age.
Okay.
You're doing the whole thing.
After show, see Tamil breakdance.
Oh yeah, you got the cardboard right outside too.
Miss Sharon.
If I could talk to my 17-year-old self now, I probably wouldn't have any kids. I love my sons, but
sorry, Robbie. We love you.
Yeah, Robbie, Antoine, and Roderick. But I probably wouldn't have had any because I've always had this mindset. No, I wouldn't have had any.
Oh wow.
And sorry, I wish I had. Yeah, I know. But I love them. If I knew now back at 17, I would be it would be a whole different life for Sharon. But I'm glad that things happened the way they did because it humbles me. I think if I didn't have kids, I'd probably be a whole different person, like diva-ish, and I wouldn't have. Well, I don't know friends now, but you know how they go. But you know, I really would be a true
friend.
lover. You are my friend. I love you, Nate. Kisses.
Oh, they showing love and all spreading this TLC in here.
So this has been another edition of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Real quick, I'm gonna let my Hullywood and my Zakia, I say my
sugar baby, sweet baby,
sweet baby. Give out their social media and any last second remarks that they may have.
You can follow me on Instagram at King Hullywood. Is King Hullywood HULLYWOOD. You can follow me on Instagram at Damonn Hall. Also, just be on the lookout. I will give you some more updates. Got casted to be a superhero. Also, I have another movie coming out, and I just got casted for another theater production. So,
but he better be here.
Yeah.
Great.
Y'all
yeah, they don't care about your life.
Here.
They don't care about your life.
Homegrown talent.
Homegrown, yes.
Yeah, like
He's from Baltimore.
Here. Okay, that's beautiful.
Sweet baby.
You can find me on Instagram at Galactic Zack. That's GALATICZAK. Look out for my earrings, Sweet Baby Accessories. I'm actually wearing a pair now, my hand painted jewelry.
They not ready. They not ready.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, this is beautiful.
I was going to ask you about that.
I have actually small
nice.
button size. I have all sizes, something for everybody, and they're not all erotic based. Like I have all kinds of stuff. You can also follow my organization at Appreciate the Arts at appreciate_the_arts. We will be throwing the Sticky Bun Festival this September.
There
will be Sticky Buns there. September
what is Sticky
9th.
Buns? 2007.
I'll be in New York for New York Fashion Week.
It's at a secret location right now, but the location is coming soon. So look out for us. Appreciate the Arts. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and show up, show out.
And real quick, Sharon's gonna give us New York Fashion Week information.
So we're also doing our second segment, New York Fashion Week, on September the 9th at 2:00 at the Westin, which used to be Holiday Inn 57. So you can get your tickets online for that. At Baltimore Fashion Week. Go on Monday because I need to add the 4 designers that are showcasing. And I'm letting you know right now with 4 designers, the show will only last 20 minutes. It lasted 20 minutes last year with 3 designers. We're ending it this year with 20 with 4. So don't think it's going to be an all-day show because it won't be. And it's at 2:00. How you doing?
Here in Baltimore?
No, in New York.
So this has been the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Real artists, real talk, real live every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. with myself, your host, Nate Hullywood. And soon coming, Sweet Baby. Sweet Baby! So we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to continue the show after the show. Wow. So definitely stay tuned in, and we're going to be here.
I want to show. It's a talk show after the talk.
Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and